For now, I'll stop.
Ma'am? I can't hear you.
Someone's in the background making noise, so we're gonna be quick. Um, and I'll hopefully do 15-20 minutes. So for today, we have nothing over $1.50. For the highs of the day, Tractor Supply, Campbell, Boeing. By the way, we see that Boeing is down to that 200 level. It did do a drop. Um, I couldn't depend on that. It was going to drop the way it had been acting. So now we're looking at under two, and let's see how close we can get to the 180. After that, I would be willing to look at purchasing. Um, so put that on the note test because that's good to know. Um, Campbell's, we're still in play for Campbell's. Campbell's back in the 44 range. You could have got a low of the day in the 43 range if you had wanted to get it. We've been harping on this yesterday. Uh, Looks like you could have got it in the 42 range or close to, well, not exactly, but the low 43s. So, we've been harping on this. This seemed like a nice dip to buy it at if you didn't get that under 40 dip or that uh 40 dip, uh if you didn't get it here or in this area. Um this is the next level, and then we'll probably just keep moving on up. So 55, 56 is the end point. So yeah. Um if you want it, it's still available. Take a few $100s, buy it, get out of it, uh, spring, summer, whatever, when it goes up. And yeah, just take your money out and run. About 1 percentage point for AMD. The chips have been so strong, it's just ridiculous. So I'm really not gonna say much. Um, AMD, yeah. Uh, if you're like me and got stuck in NVIDIA or chip, then you're screwed. You just gotta kind of wait. For AMD, maybe we reach here this previous all-time high, or maybe we make a new all-time high and then we do a little dip, or the way this is going, we may reach here, make another all-time high, may go up a little bit before it dips down. So it's just something you got to think about when you're going to get in, when you're going to get out. But we are nearing the previous 52 week high. Quick look at NVDA since I'm in it. This is definite all-time high. The only saving grace I have is that this is all-time high, and hopefully it will dip soon. Um, it could be like NVDA may go on a dip back since this is the first new all-time high and it's in this area for the first time ever. So we're hoping we can get a nice dip. versus AMD, based on the previous chart, looks like it could be a run, uh, as someone has said earlier. And then everything else that was positive today, we had Meta, McDonald's. We'll check out Meta and McDonald's really quick. Meta's been strong, very, very strong. Uh,
One of the people on the board, KAT today.
okay. We are looking at previous all-time highs here. So you may want to think about possible dipping. I'm not going to say I knew Meta was fake all along. That's just been my story, and I'm sticking to it type thing. But when the bulls will start to go for a short, I'm going to take a look at it because I felt it's a good opportunity. We're getting in the harsh areas of winter, and I like this. This 380, even if it gets to 4, a new all-time high, it may be worth, you know, riding it out. But hey, everyone has to do them. We'll see. Maybe we'll look at some news on this Meta, but you know my feelings, people who listen to us on Meta, and I have always thought um, it was due for its comeuppance. Well, not comeuppance, but it was due to go down. Let's just say that. Let's see. Uh, we have highs here. This is the third time. So it may do a little dip, but it seems like McDonald's may continue to grow, um, because it dipped here where people could have bought it, and now it's coming back up. So this may break out, do a new all-time high. Has it done yet? Probably not, but officially, it may hit this 3 and keep rolling, or it may come back a little bit. The way it looks like it could keep rolling. Um, but I would wait until it breaks out. So then we have, so I guess it was a negativo day. We know where open's going. Not gonna stress this. We're both in it. Um, Someone got in it at a better time than I did. Um, and took advantage of it dropping like a hot rock. We already passed this level that we have liked. So we're basically looking at the 250 level. Uh, and if you can wait to here, you should be good to go. Take your money and run. But yeah, mm, and I'd probably say it could go a little bit below, but I would cash out, start to cash out around that 250 mark. Um, let's see. Disney. I took my cash account and got out of here. Um, it just sometimes you can't just you're holding on for hope for this, and it's underperforming. And yes, it will come back up. Trend is showing that it's coming, but it's just been very, I don't know. When everything else has been good, it's been weak, and it's just like, hey, we gotta roll, we gotta make money now. If I'm doing something where I am, uh, if I am investing for my Social Security, then yeah, who cares? But if I'm doing this for active cash flow, then yeah, I don't want to have something that's just sitting there, uh, you know, whistling Dixie or whatever. Um, I need something that's moving, and this will probably be like a Walmart will wake up and it'll be $150, you know? But until it shows that it's ready to start going, I just, I don't want to waste my time holding it. So it is what it is. Uh, Tesla was down today. Put this on the nose for a downturn. Um, let's see if tomorrow's a strong day or not. If Tesla goes up, I may buy a few shares short on this. Um, but if not, it's
I have a great video on Tesla, FYI.
okay. How many minutes is it?
3 minutes or so from Diamond Dave.
Okay. Um, this thing right here, 200. It is where it's at. Like we've already heard. Um, and like we'll probably hear from someone else. Uh, from your video. But yeah, Tesla should be on the nose too. Robinhood, Intel. We know where Intel's going. Uh, Intel and Robinhood, they all have a soft spot in my heart. But I think there's more behind the Intel soft spot. We've made it to this level at 50, basically. So if we can let this thing come back, we can try to get around this 38. That would be great. I would love. I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen, but if it does come down here, aka somebody put an alert, a notification, 38.50, 38.60. Um, I'm gonna get into it because I think it's proven itself, and I don't even think we may get it back here, but if it does, probably want to look at it. Let's see. Tarjay, that's keeps moving. We know what's going on with that. If you were smart enough to get in at the bottom, and then everything else is gravy. Yeah, it's probably gonna maybe come back down, stay around here a little bit. We know eventually it will get back to where it's supposed to. So we'll get to this 160 level, but the party was down here. Let's see. Everything was down. American. Um, and I'm gonna talk about Spirit Safe. I really think it's good for a long. Um, Macy's. I've been saying this is
I agree with the save.
yes, Macy's. I've been saying you finally looked at the chart. I guess. Um. Uh.
I just think I'm gonna get an American because it has a soft part in my heart. But I agree with you. The airlines are gonna turn around at some point.
Um. And I didn't say that, but I did say Save has hit rock bottom. Um, yes, I like American too. I just wouldn't get it now. But
I think it's gonna be this thing is gonna start shooting up and it's gonna make the sector go up.
uh, this I don't think will go through. This is just my personal opinion. It could come that they are going through tomorrow. This will be going back to normal, just so you know. Uh, so people interested can short it. But a lot of people are weako and they're not going to do that because they're afraid to short. Um,
I
so
have too many shorts.
this thing right here, we say, oh, there's news that it came out that it's not going to be bought by JetBlue. We already knew that, how long they were taking. So now this thing dropped like a hot rock because, oh, we're not going to get a nice price for our share. So then the question is, Spirit will keep going as a low thing. So when Spirit was during COVID, during their worst moments, they broke down at 6. This was before they were going to get this trade stuff and start talking probably until 2023. Maybe, but still, this was the low point. So, if it already reached that low point, shouldn't it at least come back up to where it was pre, oh, we're going to be bought out? So that could be $17, even if you did just 17. But it could be this 30 something, 38 or whatever, or even this 23, 24, whatever. So it's like this area was all we're in talks with what you call it. Okay, you may not want to count this because it's too close, but still, this all is a good area. So if they were going to get bought out and people are like, oh, we're gonna do this trade or whatever, and they're gonna be worth such and such or whatever, why would their price value go below freaking COVID when that was the worst possible time? It just doesn't make sense to me. So I like it for at least a bump up to 7. I like it for more, honestly. Um, but I just as a quick day trader, swing trader, I'm like 7, at least 15. If you look on just the minute chart, you like the 7 area. If you look on the daily, you may like this 15 area. But it's definitely more than 6. I'll just say that, and that'll be that. Let's see. Banks are in bad shape. Nike's going down because of their updated outlook, even though they had great earnings. So I'm stuck at this level. Um, and I need to get back to this level right here. Um, so I'm hoping that it can, because I don't want to lose money on Nike, when earnings were good. This is why when people say don't trade earnings, which I can't never get away from it because I like trading earnings, but this is why people say don't trade earnings, because you could be trading something that even though it's great, it's like sell the news. Sometimes you have a buy the news, but a lot of times these people just are liars and they lie, and they sell the news. So they go up all the way knowing it's good news, and then they sell the news, boom. And then this whole outlook forecast, I think they already knew that, and that was coming up. And as far as I'm concerned, Nike's not going anywhere because people are going to still be buying Jordans like crazy. Okay. If young kids and stuff, basketball players, you're not going to be wearing no Bordens or Kiki or whatever shoes they are. People are going to be wearing Nike instead of Kiki. So that's just how it is. If you're playing basketball, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get me Nike a pair of Jordans, Nikes instead of Jordans. No one's gonna be saying, hey, I'm gonna get Bordens. Oh, let's get the Bordens. Even the
You're
little
gonna get the
kids,
cat's heads
they
up
know
in that joint.
they rather have one $150 pair of Nikes than 10 Bordens or whatever off brand that people have. And so that's just that. So they're going to be able to charge whatever they want. People are going to buy their shoes. They're not selling shoes to you and me. They're selling shoes to young um, teenagers, young adults, people who play basketball, tennis, all this kind of stuff. They're selling it to them. Okay. Athletes and stuff like that. They're selling it to those type of people. They're not selling it to regular people walking around with New Balance sneakers on. Even though if I were an athlete, I would be wearing New Balance because they have better quality shoes. It's more tailored to your feet, and it's just better. But hey, no commentary. To each his
What do
own.
you know? What do you know,
What do
Leah?
I know? I don't know any. I'm just
You don't know anything. Why would you get New
people.
Balances in that
Yes.
way?
Why would people get New Balance? And also, they're one of the few shoe companies that make a good percentage of their shoes in the United States versus Nikete.
AKA Lawrence, Massachusetts.
Yes. So it provides local jobs when Massachusetts, Boston, all these places. Lawrence was the shoe capital of the world, and they make a lot of their shoes. They manufacture them here, and they have a quality product, and that's it. So we know what's going on with the banks. They've been slowing down. To me, it's kind of natural that they will slow down the interest rates, the winter, people are buying houses, all of that kind of stuff. So that's just normal. So it really doesn't surprise me. Coin, yes, I got it at that caca. And
Thank
it,
you, Lord
it,
Jesus.
yes, it was one of those things you buy at the top and then you got a KAT. Amazon, let's see what we're doing. We're still going up. We're in a little dip now, but Amazon's still the same. If you like it, you like it. You're gonna hold on to it. Um, you'll have to wait till it dips before you'll get out of it. But all I'll say is this: if it didn't come up here for Christmas and all of this, I don't know if it's going to make it based on Q4 earnings. That's all. It looks weak to me, but it could easily come up here based on Q4. But we're going into the winter now, and I just don't see it. But hey, uh, they have their own legal issues. I just don't see it. I know someone's waiting to KAT out of here. Uh, she's basically here now, and she wants this gap to start closing. So hopefully someone will be better. Are you gonna get out when it hits like 80? Or are you just gonna say, "Hey, I've been waiting so long. Let me let it dip, dip, dip."
I got up today because it started to go up, so I may get some few shares tomorrow.
Oh yeah, you had a low of 81.80. So oh man, so you
I I've
okay?
been
Let's
doing
do a round of
I
applause.
huh?
I said, let's do a round of applause. Someone got their money.
Yes, I have one share left because I want to observe it. So if it does a little poppity pop
Yeah,
above 84.50 or so, then I want to get some. And
put
I think you should too.
it and let me know if it does the pop and you get a good price. Let me know because I may go in with you on
Of course.
it.
Yeah.
Uber the Uber. Who cares? Let's look at this. Home Depot's going nuts. So Home Depot's about to hit 400. Looks like. Yeah. So we're basically here. We'll be getting here. Um, like that. I do feel it could dip. We may do all-time highs again, but I just feel with the winter and everything, how everything's coming up, the season, um, I don't think Q4 earnings is going to get us much of anywhere. Mensana, aka Apple. Uh, uh, so we already hit our highs here, our so-called 200 level, and now it's going down. I would expect it to continue. We have this 175, which is really 170 with Apple. Uh, Even numbers is better with Apple. So we have this 170 level. Um, don't know if it'll get down here, but hey, I think we have a little ways to go with Apple. Uh, let's see. Apple, Dix, who cares? We're not gonna look at that now. Yeah, I missed the boat on XOM. Man. So now I want to get in at the
80,
bottom.
80,
Yeah, I
80,
want to get in at
80.
bottom, but I just don't know how low this will go because of the war. And
Can you put it on a weekly, please?
as long as they keep this, um, as long as they keep this thing going on, we have 80, we have 60. Um, you know, it's just they could tank this easily, especially with this time of year. Um, and once they tank it, it's going to be hard to resurrect it for the summer, spring into summer. So I think, you know, whoever gets into office, Biden or Trumpity Trump, um, it's they're gonna have their reasons to tank it. The war, um, they don't want Russia obviously to make any money, so it's just a lot going on here, and we hit these all time highs. So I still feel this right here is good. Like uh, this is the opposite of a bounce up. This 3, 4, whatever you call it, this is like a drop down. Um,
Bottom breakdown. Bottom
bottom
breakdown.
down, if you call it. I may get in it one day. I was trying to see if I could get a little bit, but it's not going to come back up. It already came back up 3, 4 times. It's just not. It's breaking down now, and it's going to break down here. Um, you may be able to get it bounced back up to here, and then get it again, and then it could very easily break down to $60. Very easily. Um, there's a lot of political stuff at play here. Um, so put that on the notes of $100, 97 to $100 short. Uh, let's see. Uh, we're not going to look at any of this. We will look at UBC. It's on hard to buy. Interesting, but that would be understandable. Uh, just take the money that they give you. If this dips, if it dips down here, just buy it. That's all I can say. It's a local bank. Um, it's good. It's they're having some fits, of course. Uh, when is this? We'll look at January 25th numbers, but they're a local bank. They're not crazy. Trust me. I would have put a loan from them. They don't give loans out easily. So you know, and they're big enough to make money, but small enough to not be like a greedy Bank of America where they just screw you. So BBC on the nose by the dip. um, we'll look at a couple more and then we're out. Microsoft, you know where we're at here. Why I say here. Um, if it was me, I would probably be shorting 400. It's the same thing with all the tech stuff. We're at all-time highs here. Um, we're going into we're in Q1. You know, everything has been done. Like the holiday season. People made their money or not. Whatever was gonna happen has happened. So it's just, hey, you're gonna have to survive. You know, until the end of the year. You know, um, so that's why I think things could go back down. Um, so P time. Uh, we had this little 1, 2, 3 bump up. Because it's P time. I like to see it do a little breakout. But I don't think it's going to do that. The fact that it hit the seven
You never
and
know.
the fact that it hit the seven directly just popped down tells me it has no legs. I thought it was going to hit the seven. It did.
New year, new me.
It's over. Okay, we're at what
I know.
17. It's by February. If this is not up here by Valentine's Day, about New Year, New Me is over after Valentine's Day. Once people start getting the candy, their heart candy or whatever, it's done. So it's kind of like it's already done
You
pre.
can say that again.
It could do a pop up, just a last hurrah. Let's make our last stand here, our
The
last
last
battle.
breath. It's the last breath.
So it could do a pop up back to seven. If it does, get it, get it, and then uh wait for things to tank. And you may have to wait February, March, as things start to warm up. You may have to it may slow, it may diddle in the middle for a while, but we know what's happening. So we'll wait for that. That's a watch. See if you can get the last pop up. Um and then that's really it. I don't have too much unless you have a request. Uh,
My
uh,
request is for you to go to Diamond Dave's page.
would it be easier if you did it? Are you already set up?
No, it's easier for you to do it. It's a 2 minute 45 seconds video.
No, people are gonna see what I will look at for YouTube. What am I looking for?
Diamond Dave.
Eh,
Let's see, go down. Go down. Go down. How come he doesn't have it here? Keep going. Go to videos. Yeah,
video or live.
keep going.
2 weeks ago,
No, it's today. How come it's
a
not showing
lie.
it for you?
Maybe it was a lie.
Okay, click home.
Maybe it's a short
No, keep going. No, it's not. Like go home first. Or let's see.
for you. 4 days ago, 11 1 month. Video, 3 days
Click the arrow to the right.
for video.
Mm-hmm.
You said this was a day ago.
Okay, no, right. Keep going down.
Shorts.
Mm.
All we have is
I guess
short.
it's like a thing that he shared.
Oh, maybe it's committed.
Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, okay. Keep going. No, keep going down. Keep going down. Keep going down.
U.S. urges America to avoid all Columbia.
We can do that one tomorrow. We can do that one tomorrow. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going
People
down.
so starving for entertainment.
Keep right there.
Dead
Tesla Pro Tesla problems. This is for you, Leanna, and your correctness.
right.
And cancel the subscription. This brand new subscription free.
Is this frustrating? Very frustrating. Tell me about that.
I want Elon Musk to do something about this. Probably help us out. So electric vehicles may be the wave of the future, but a whole lot of owners are having trouble dealing with Chicago's bitter cold temperatures. Public charging stations have turned car graveyards over the past couple days.
Dane Placco reports on the frustration and some tips from an auto expert.
Nothing, no juice. It's still on 0%. And this is like 3 hours this morning being out here after being out here 8 hours yesterday.
Tyree Beard was among the dozens of Tesla owners trying desperately to power up their cars at this Tesla supercharging station in Oak Brook. A scene mirrored with long lines and abandoned cars at scores of other charging stations around the Chicago area.
So I'll just press pause here just to add in a laugh commentary. Because these are people who have a little change. Maybe they got an inheritance. Maybe they have a halfway decent job. saved up 50, 60K or whatever. But yet they're too, I don't want to say foolish or stupid, but that's basically what it is, to educate themselves on electric cars and how they work in cold weather. Um, to me, that's, you're just like, okay, let me just go out and buy this thing because this is the hot thing, but yet you don't have enough sense. That's just like, I could get you to if you were living in Diablo land, I could get you to buy a heater. So
Crazy. It's
Leanna, let it fit.
Oh, we got a bunch of dead robots out here.
Dead robots. This is your car?
Yeah.
But it was no laughing matter to people like Kevin Sumrack, who landed at O'Hare last night to find his Tesla dead, forcing him to hire a flatbed tow truck to try to find a working charging station.
So I can get back to Indiana.
But you can't find one that's charging or working?
Either working or doesn't have cars sitting, still plugged in.
You've been here since when?
5 p.m. yesterday.
So 20 hours or so.
Yeah, about.
Tesla did not respond to any of our emails or calls, but an automobile expert we talked to says there are some things that EV owners can do when it gets this brutally cold.
It's moving anyway.
Like any new technology, Dave, there's a learning curve.
Mark Bielik of the
Stop laughing.
Chicago
Stop laughing.
EVs can have problems dealing with extreme cold and says it's important for drivers to hit their preconditioning button before they charge their battery.
It's not plug and go. You have to precondition,
Precondition, but
meaning that you have to get the battery up to the optimal temperature to accept the fast charge.
We have had extraordinary cold, but is this acceptable?
no, not at all. I mean, we pay a premium price for these Teslas.
In Oak Brook, Dave Blanco, Fox 32 Chicago.
premium price, guys. And now it's dropping like a hot potato.
And then it's so cold to have to abandon your car. You know?
Especially, I mean, make sure you're prepared out there. My husband caught me just like last week. He says, you got to have a coat in your car.
And a blanket. And
Yes,
yeah.
just in case, because you never really know, right? All right, so
But
temperatures
better
out there
not have a
today,
Tesla,
we're
I
very,
know
very
that.
cold. We're dealing with...
Ignorance is rampant. And this, honestly, you have people, like, I feel like sometimes money is wasted on the stupid, because even now at the cheaper prices, these people probably bought it when they were at the 80, 100K prices. But
Of
even
course
at,
they did.
even
Of course
at
they
the-
did, Leanna. He said he paid premium price for this. This thing is dropping like a hot potato. It's going to be 15K in a year or so. And these people pay $60,000, if not more, 80K for a piece of a car that doesn't even work in cold temperatures.
even at the 50, 60K prices now, it's like, why didn't you educate yourself about how this works? If you live in a freaking apartment, why are you buying a Tesla? If you don't have a fast charging station and solar panels, why are you buying a Tesla?
If you live anywhere above Virginia, a line like a segregated line
that
above
gets
in the cold, please.
Why are you buying a Tesla? If you don't have a heated garage that can keep it warm and protected, why are you buying a Tesla? Okay, if you live in Arizona and you're like, hey, I want to have AC 24/7 or whatever, I have solar panels, then okay, fine, go at it. Okay, but if it's just, I'm sorry, it's just, I feel like
it's ridiculous because the Tesla doesn't work in cold weather.
You lost your money. And this is just people, they got a little check from somewhere, relative died, they have a halfway decent job, and they don't know what to spend their money on and what to invest their money on. And so they're like, oh, Teslas are the hot thing. And it's like, it's not even going to be reliable. You're living in freaking Chicago. Like, come on now. Come on now. Come on now, people. Okay? Come on now. Realistically. We got less than 1 minute.
This is just a learning video for folks out there, not to just get everything that you see on the news, everything that's hyped up, the AI, Tesla, EV. Do your